gives me this look, and she's like, and I'm like,
but I don't like
this is fucking happening.
Yeah.
But then she's like, but you were kind of a dick in this. You know, baby, you weren't giving me the onions. Like,
I'm like, I know when to be a leader and when to be an Indian. So I'm gonna lay back. What do you need? Okay, let me spend that real quick.
Right.
What else do you need?
So we pass out cards after every event. We go out and we'll do the card thing. You know, the mingling. That's our time. Because people are like, can I get a card? Can I get a card? Like, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
I got it. Like, you know what I mean? And that's kind of the time for us where we're walking out with the last piece of equipment of the side of the backyard, and we look at each other and we're all, we fucking killed it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's our thing. You know, we'll jump on the phone because we drive separate cars.
Mm-hmm.
We got to take, like, we don't have a vehicle that brings, we don't have a catering van. We have the Journey and the Rav, and we just put everything in both, and we're on the phones. And we're like, we fucking kicked ass. Like,
hell yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode here on the JDG podcast. Jimmy Dukes Gaming here with another episode here in the studio. I'm glad to be at home. I'm always on the go, if you guys see. But we are here with some friendly folks. What's up, y'all?
yeah, good.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. I appreciate you guys taking the time. We're gonna be talking about some pizza, guys. But real quick, introduce yourself and let everybody know who they're talking to or watching for a little bit.
Cool. I'm Victor. We run Backyard Pizza Co. That's us. We have a catering service. And yeah, that's who I am. This is.
Hi, I'm Laura. Nice to meet y'all. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Victor and Laura. Thank you guys so much. And the reason I was having you guys come on, you guys are pursuing something that's pretty dope. I like it, and I can attest to the quality.
Definitely.
Over 4 times
Appreciate
now.
that.
But yeah, man, you guys started a backyard pizza company. How did that all come about?
It's a journey. It's a journey. I've always done food. I've always done food and hospitality, and it just came across to us. And I think I'm at the point in my life to where I'm just like, it's either we need to try it now, I need to do it now, or we're just gonna regret it. And I just took action.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing is we took action. Like,
how did it all come together? Like, obviously you said you have prior experience, and like, how did you guys were like, let's do this?
Okay, it's a funny story. So
I want to hear this.
So my dad was working at the stadium. And he's been there since day one.
Mm-hmm.
He was a day one employee. And he, after like 10, 11 years, whatever, he started to exit out. And they were going to just pay him all of the things that they owed him, all of his money, his stocks, whatever he had invested, they were paying him out. And then he's just like, he's a little older. He's like getting 60, I guess. He called me one day and he was just like, I'm fucking tired. I'm fucking tired of this and tired of working, tired of this. Like, I'm done. And then he was like, if I give you money, like, what would you do with it? And I was all,
Well then.
like, for the weekend, I'm all like, for the weekend.
Hold on, for the week. What's going on here? Tell me.
So he knows I've always wanted to have a restaurant or a food truck or something. It doesn't matter. And so I told him I'd buy an oven, and I just kind of was online and saw the Gosney ovens, and I was like, that's fucking cool.
So what is that, real quick?
The Gosney ovens. So Gosney's a guy, I guess he created the ovens, and he's a chef in somewhere else, and they're brickstone ovens. So he's taking a restaurant quality commercial oven and making a compact size. And
Okay.
In the backyard.
Okay.
Wood fire, coal, and it's just quality. It's just a quality oven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can make them and do whatever. So, but it's just a good quality oven. So he quit his job, got into a fight with his boss, quit his job, and they paid him out. They paid him out money.
Yeah, X amount of
money. And he calls me and he's all, so were you serious? Like, about the oven? Because I showed him, I was like, hey, look at this. And I was just like pitching it to him. I'm like, we can do events, we can do pop-ups. Like, it's like, we can do it. I was like, I can do it. And then one day he was like, all right, I sent you the money. And I was all, you're fucking lying. Like, I don't know what you want me to do with this money right now. You know what I mean?
Like, what are we going to do with this money?
I called her and I was just like, he did it. Like, he actually sent me the money and we bought a dome. It was like $2,000. We bought a dome. We spent all the money and I was like, cool. We bought it and then we kind of just like looked at each other and we're just all.
Let's get it.
But
I think
pieces.
it's also like wanting to do things for yourself.
Yeah.
You work so hard for somebody else.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when you actually get to that point, and it's like, what is your return?
Yeah.
What is the time, effort?
Yeah.
Time is everything.
Yeah. I like that you guys had did that and it's cool you guys were looking at each other like, are we gonna do this? And, you know, because it's kind of a big thing. You guys have your own things going on in your own lives, like work wise, and then this is something that you guys wanted to pursue. So that's the fact that like when you guys had started doing your thing, and I was like, yeah, you guys want to do? We did UFC 300 here at my house,
right?
And I said, hey, you guys want to come over? You guys, fuck yeah! You guys killed it. You guys fucking killed it. Everybody was like,
so much fun,
dude. It was cool. You guys came, set everything up.
You even pulled your neighbor.
We love your neighbor. Mom, we love your neighbor.
Yeah. Like, what's happening?
He was like,
I love
what is
it,
that with home improvement?
Yeah.
Looking over and shit. But yeah, man, you guys came over, man. Everybody was like, yeah, damn, this is
Cool.
fucking good, man. And it was cool because I know you had prior experience, you know, making pizza and you know about the ingredients. That was one of the biggest things I was like, oh shit.
It surprised me. Like it was like I've always ran restaurants. Like I took my first GM job at 22 and I've just always done it to where like I had a goal, like, and I'll be 100% honest with you. Like when I was 22 years old and I took this job as a GM at Papa John's, like I had a goal. Like I was like, one time I'm 35, like I would love to make 6 figures. Like that's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And as time went on, I put in 11 years at Papa John's, training general manager, helping him with franchises and, you know, just all kinds of cool stuff. And I just wasn't there. You know what I mean? Like not even halfway there. I'm just like, this isn't working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I resigned. I left. And that's kind of was one of the things that started things in my head. And then I bounced around to like 2 different places. Then I ended up at the Shack. And that's kind of where they let me really build, making my own dough and letting me have fun with it and things like that. Because they've never done it.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
that's the thing you were saying too, the time thing and like working for yourself and whatever. Cause you know, this is why I'm pursuing this whole content thing with me going 5 years and, you know, putting the time and the effort on top of everything else, but you enjoy doing it and you look forward to doing it because it's like more meaningful than just working for somebody. Obviously, I always say this shit, 9 to 5 saves lives. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully we ever, you guys and myself, we get to the point to where we could work for ourselves because that's like the ultimate goal, right?
Right.
That's
what I mean.
But even working 9 to 5s, because I mean, I have a 9 to 5 technically, but I'm a salary as well. So you're constantly on call. And you're constantly, hey, I still get calls on the weekends. We're at
She's at
events,
pop-up. She's taking calls. She's all,
I'm on my computer. Like
orders
you're
down.
still always working.
Yeah.
And even though like with your 9 to 5, sometimes it just doesn't give you what you actually are looking for in the long run.
Yeah.
So definitely.
But you gotta kind of just do what you gotta do because I mean,
course.
where I work, I'm fine. I don't love it. I don't hate it, but I show up. I jokingly always say, you know, as long as you guys keep paying me, I keep showing up.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
Definitely.
like it is what it is, and I like that you guys are honest about that because you guys are, yeah, this is something that we're trying to pursue. We still got all these responsibilities, and you guys are juggling all that, right?
Yeah.
So how did you feel when you were like, oh shit, we're really gonna do this? Like, how was your part into it? Like, obviously, like he was like the idea, and then you're like, all right, what was like your thought process of like, is this too much? Like the time effort, like, you know, obviously you're supportive, and you guys are both there side by side doing everything together. But what was your thought process of like when you guys were actually like, oh shit, we're actually gonna do this?
Definitely. So we actually worked together at one point, and he was my GM, and I saw the potential. I saw everything that he was, and I was like, he's already doing it for somebody else.
Yeah.
So when we talked about it, and I was like, you know what, like this is the best time, definitely for both of us to actually do it, because if the opportunity is there, when is the other opportunity going to come?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, going back to his knowledge, his position, and what he wanted to do in the long run, it was going to be great for us.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
And I have some restaurant background, so I was like, you know what, we have everything that we need. Like you're of course kitchen. Like when I have to get in there, definitely I'm back out. back up. But definitely for the front of house, I'm all about it. I love talking to people. And it's just, he does too. He's amazing in all realms, So I was like, there's no doubt about it that it's gonna kick off.
My back is turned and I'm yelling them all.
And that's cool because your guys' skills and your personality complement each other, and that obviously because you guys are doing this together and it works because you guys have known each other and the chemistry is there. Because I've seen you guys 4 different times at places, and I don't think I've ever seen you guys like.
We don't show it.
Well, right. I was gonna say.
We'll never show it.
I was gonna say not have your shit together, but like you guys are always like doing everything you need to do and like pumping out what you got to do and the recipes and all that. But how did the name come up? I know it's kind of just straightforward Backyard Pizza Co. But
and actually that's what we settled on. Like I had names. And it's funny because I just got like Canva and I was like looking at stuff and making cool designs. I was like, oh look at this, and then so we have the Chef Daddy thing. The Chef Daddy thing is a cool apparel design that I designed with Vince. You know Vince?
Oh, yeah, I know Vince.
So, he does the whole design stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, like, I gave him 2 photos, right? And it was for really the cooks at work. And I was like, put these 2 images together and, like, make me some cool. And it's like a skull. And he's got a long beard. He's wearing a chef hat. He's, like, smoking a joint. Like, it's just a cool little image. And we made shirts. We made, like, 30, 40 shirts and sold them. And, yeah, like, the Chef Daddy thing was built, like, that's kind of, and I was all, Chef Daddy pizzas, like, like naturally my head just starts thinking of different stuff. And then we thought about like, well, it's not really presentable. I thought like slutty pies.
Right? Like, hold on, where's our business model?
Like, what are we doing here?
What's our image right now at this moment?
Right?
Like, because my head just starts just my personality and the way that I am.
We had a group message even with the girls.
Even with my dad.
Yeah. And then my in-law, and he was just like this, and that. And then we're like, okay, let's think about this. And then it just like funneled into that.
And I wanted to give a little bit, and I wanted to be my personality. Like, I don't want to fake what we are. Like, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, yes, we're 100% professional. Yes, we like to have fun. Yes, you know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of like the little slogan, like come get baked with us.
Mm-hmm.
And like, and on the first logo, at the end, the little exclamation points at the joint.
Nice. I didn't.
And my cousin did that. And she's like, it'd be cool if we did this.
Yeah.
I like that. Like, I like that. And it's just, I wanted to be as authentic as us, you know what I mean, as possible.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's good.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too, is like when you can genuinely see when somebody's enjoying doing it. Even when you guys had the birthday party the other day.
No.
You're at your own goddamn freaking event, having a good time.
I'm trying to cook with him, and I was like, that's not gonna work. I'm sorry, it's all you. But I gotta go.
Yeah, but like you guys are generally having a good time and like having fun, and you guys are always talking to everybody. The ones that I've been to, like, and you guys have taken care of the event that we're at. It was always cool because everybody's like, oh, they're so nice. And just real quick, how long have I known you for? Like at least 20 years. Yeah. Because we grew up playing hockey. You know what I mean? So it was cool because I know you started playing more ice and I kept playing roller, but I always knew what you were up to and stuff like that. And then later on, adulting, and you looped back around and we started playing again and stuff like that. So it was cool, like hearing that you were gonna do this, and then you started doing it, and then we started talking about it. I was like, dope. But can you guys tell me how like the first event that you guys did? You guys remember your guys' first event? Like, how did that go? Your first event?
Was it the noobs one? Yeah.
We were ready for it. We were.
So like, dude, it's wild. Like, it's funny. Like, I'll talk to people and how, like, if you were to tell people, and I can be 100% honest with this, like, we're really good at gauging it. Like, I can gauge to fucking pizza what we're gonna sell. Like, the amount of ingredients, the pounds of cheese, the amount of sauce per ounce. Like, it's just numbers that roll in my head. I'm like, it's not gonna happen. So our first one, we made like 120 fucking dough balls, dude.
Damn.
They're like, we're gonna be packed.
They were like, we're gonna have 300 people rolling through, and I'm all.
Yes. And mind you, this man is pumping it out by hand. He's kneading by hand.
Yeah. I was so pissed. I called my dad and I was all, I'm not fucking doing that.
Take your money back.
Talk about it.
It was wild. Like, I would mix it by hand. We'd knead it by hand. It was just learning the recipes and making dough is wild, So the first event, we made like 120 dough balls. We had 3 coolers. It was in July.
Hot.
Were you guys outside?
Yeah, It was a dispensary in Sunland.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember like I talked to the fire marshal because she was like, "Do you have permits?" I'm like, "Well, we live in El Paso." And she's like, "Well, what's your setup?" And I talked to the fire marshal. And he's like, "What's your setup?" And I told him, he's like, "You're good to go." And I was
Oh,
like,
nice.
so then we made Caesar salads, we made pizza, like we went
were
all
ready.
out, like we were ready to sell. I'm like, we're gonna make some money and shit like that. And yeah, I didn't.
I sold like 25.
20 pizzas.
25 salads. We were like, what happened?
It
Come
did
on.
it.
We
It
made
did
less
it.
than our 9 to 5 right now. Like, what is going on?
All the money we made back doesn't even pay for the ingredients that we
exactly.
paid
Fuck that,
for.
dude. And it was all hot and shit, all sweaty. Like,
Well, that's the best. That's the most memorable thing. Is like the first time. Like I remember when I first did my first podcast, I was like, "Oh shit!" But it was a virtual one, and I was like, "Oh no!" And I looked back and I was like, "God, that was so fucking terrible."
Yeah, but
in
it's
my
the
head,
best time.
yeah, in my head, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill this shit." You know.
we showed up and I'm like, fuck yeah. And then I was like, it's not happening. And I was like, you hungry? You want some pizza?
We're all munching our own
Right?
supply.
Yeah, well, I guess we're already here and shit.
I was like, you gonna go get beers already? Like, I don't know what's going on now.
I love that. I love that. So obviously, can you guys kind of think about how many events you've got done, like guesstimate? First of all, how long have you guys been doing this now? I know we already started talking about how you guys started going. How long has you guys been doing it now?
It's so we got the ovens. What? We're 2023 right now, right? No.
2024.
Sorry, my bad,
Jesus.
2024. That's how busy we are, bro. I'm like, we're fucking busy today.
It's like, what's today?
What is today?
So this was our first actual year of buying the ovens and
Okay.
doing stuff, but like last year we did like maybe 4 events last
Okay.
year, and it was just like one a month, and we were super stoked. Like just supportive. Vince hooked us up with the company party. That worked out. Nako
Nice.
got me in with the culinary people at Southwest, and they shout out to them. They took care of me for sure. It was cool. So we did it, and we're like, hey, one event a month is cool. We're gonna build it, you know.
Yeah.
And then there was one that happened in the new year. So I would say since February, Marchish, we've been at it probably at least 3 a month.
That's pretty. So
At
that's
least 3
every
a month.
almost like every
Every
other
weekend.
weekend.
Every weekend, yeah.
We haven't had a weekend off. We had a Sunday off last Sunday because of the weather and it's like 7 months.
Mhm.
It was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's just been because we do the 9 to 5 and I'll push it. And I tell her, I'm like, this, if you're okay with this, I'm going to push it.
Yeah.
And she's just 100% supportive. Like, do it. We'll figure it out. Do it. Schedule it. Do it. We'll figure it out. So yeah, we're probably what? I don't know. 3, 6, 9, 12. We're above 20.
Yeah.
Events.
That's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, and I like that you said that, like the communication thing is the biggest
Yeah.
thing. You know, I always tell anytime that I talk about content or like streaming or anything like when it comes to this, like one of the biggest things is like the communication with my wife.
Yeah.
Like she is super supportive. She doesn't like being in front of the camera or being around, but she knows what's going on. And like, it took time to build that communication because she didn't understand what I'm envisioning and trying to do. But I always tell people, like, having that communication with your significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever it is, helps it more. And you're able to, not, a lot of times, like, damn, Jimmy, you fucking do this and you do that. If I do this, man, I feel guilty, and my wife or my girlfriend or stuff like that. I was like, well, you need to communicate that.
Better.
So this way they understand how important it is. But at the same time, you got to make sure that you're doing everything that you said you're going to do to show how important it is to you. Because a lot of people say they do things or they're doing and then they're not. And the communication, then they feel guilty or they can't focus on what they're trying to do. And I'm glad you said that because, you can tell. And I've seen you guys around enough to where like the communication there, the bonds there, you guys are partnership. And I love seeing that, especially when you guys are trying to build something together.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's
it's a goal that we have both, I guess, together. And, we've seen the potential and whatever he's.
And before I say yes to
thinking,
anything, like I'll tell her like, hey, we got this, like,
Mhm.
and I'll know, like, I know her schedule to where we can. Fridays are rough. We know that we're trying to like the first time we're trying to get a team together. You know what I mean? I'm
Mhm.
like, cool, I got little employees.
Yeah.
So, like, but I'll know, like, cool. We have, like I said, we have our son Josiah, and he just can't go somewhere on the weekend. So
Yeah.
like, I'll know and I'll plan. I'm like, cool, he can go with us here. He can do with this.
Yeah.
Here. Like,
Yeah.
So before I say yes to anything, it's
It's a team effort for sure.
you
Communication,
Yeah.
definitely. And we've done double events where it's like, okay,
were a double event.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So definitely communication is key. So we can
Oh yeah.
succeed.
Love it.
Yeah. So talk about the setup. Like when you guys show up, like what do you guys? Before we talk about that, what's the pre-work? A lot of people don't realize. I know you were saying talking about the dough and the ingredients and stuff. So talk about what you guys are doing prepping before even showing up to a damn place.
It's a lot of work, and I've always worked to where I'm gonna work smarter, not harder, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And there's gonna be times where I have to work harder, but I'm gonna do everything in my power to not work harder.
Yeah.
You know? And that's just the idea of it, obviously. So it's a lot, and we have to time it. And to be very honest with you, 100%, we fucking shotgun everything, and we knock it out, out
Getting into that mindset,
because we'll wake up, because we work all week, right? So, today, not gonna lie to you, we have an event on Saturday. We can make dough today, Tuesday, Monday, right? We have things going on. We'll make the dough tomorrow for Saturday's event, and then we'll prep Saturday morning before we even get there. So it just depends on what we do, but I'm an overachiever for sure, and we just start adding shit to the menu. Tacos, fucking smash burgers,
Right?
fucking brisket, media.
Bring them on and shit.
we're still finishing up prep as we're about to leave, loading up.
I think our biggest one was last week was our probably most stressful. As we got up, it was a Saturday, and we had this little spot we're hanging out right now at the bar, where we're doing food out the alley for them, and we woke up at 7, and we started prepping, going to the store, getting everything. We barely made it out of the house on time to get there on time.
Nice.
And we didn't get home till 2 in the morning.
Damn.
So we were prepping
14-hour day and shit.
Prepping, rolling dough, and then you get
But we
there.
sold out.
That's
so when
dope.
you sell out, it's
So worth
money.
it. Yeah.
Love it. Our hard work pays off for us.
And the quality there too. A lot of people don't Here's a little side story. I remember you telling me we were kind of shooting the shit, and you guys were at an event somewhere, and you guys were doing the thing, and another guy was doing the thing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and then you're you looked over at him and how he was doing it compared to how you guys were doing it. It just hearing that made me respect you even more, because yeah, you're making money, but you guys care about the quality of the goddamn product, not just open up a pizza sauce and fucking, you know what I mean? You told me.
He was that's just the can in the pizza.
Yes. Yeah, you were telling me. When you said that, I was like, oh shit. That's cool that you guys care. And the ingredients matter, because yeah, I mean, obviously you're making money and it's good that you say that, but it's not like you guys are getting cheap shit and just slapping something out and putting it out there, right?
People think it's just salt water, this, that. It's dude, it's more than you think.
Yeah.
I mean, we use extra virgin olive oil. You know what I mean? It's not everything we do, and I think that's why we prep. On that Saturday, we made 6 different sauces at home.
Mm-hmm.
We made the marinade. We made this. We were cutting. We cut out 15 pounds of onions, and I cut them 4 different ways.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? I'm
Probably had a different
style of onion.
Yeah.
Smash burgers are super thin.
Yeah.
The tacos are all diced.
Yeah.
The hot dogs had they're bigger chopped or whatever.
Yeah.
And so our house is all full of onions and shit.
How many pounds of onions? Jesus.
It was 12. I remember because I bought some at Shamrock and some at Restaurant Depot. In the receipts, it was 12 pounds, and we went through all of them. All of them.
Damn. So I know you guys were you were saying that, you said pizza, and then you said you talk about tacos and burgers. But before we're talking about the extra items, what kind of pizzas do you guys make? Obviously a cheese and a pepperoni, but talk about some of the specialties things that you guys do.
So we put out a traditional, I would like to say it's a New York style slice. It's not Neapolitan for sure. We use Neapolitan ovens, brick ovens, but I think the recipe that we have and the hydration levels, and it's more of a New York style slice. And we do have a heavy hitter, and it's funny too. It's crazy. It's a spicy cowboy, and it's just pepperoni, jalapenos, chili oil crisp, and a honey hot that we make. And we make a honey hot, and we carry it at every event. Every event, it's the #1 seller. I'll bring out pizzas, and I'm like, do you not want to eat this pizza right now? And they're like, I'll take that one. And I'm like,
we've had birria pizza, we've had spicy Hawaiian, a meat lovers, and it's always spicy cowboy. Always.
The first time I had that, when we were up at Sky's place, that was the first time, and you're like, oh, these were put in
oh,
for how long?
The cowboy candy.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. And I was like, God, that tasted fucking amazing. I was like, holy shit, this was good.
Those took 2 hours to make. You know what I mean? Like things like that.
Yeah.
Like those, I babysitted jalapenos for 2 hours in the kitchen, just like
stirring and
felt like a
stirring
fucking
and stirring.
witch.
And then
I'm
he's
just
like, we have to ferment it. Let it sit.
so can I eat them in 2 weeks? Yeah.
And then they're gone like that.
I know. Exactly.
They're gone like that. So you talked about the different specialty pizzas and what other items? I know you guys are starting to add other items.
We're not.
Or like, is it per kind of event kind of thing?
It's per event. So that's what I love about the capabilities of both of us is we can bring it together and just pull shit together. Like I understand the kitchen very well and I love to cook and you know what I mean? I just want to bring people food that they can sit there and be like, it was fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a pizza or a chicken cordon bleu. Like I want to bring that. So I think we overdo it and I'll gauge it. Right now I say those foods because we're kind of set up at this little bar. Shout out to Sal. We set up there and they want variety. And I'm like, well, it's funny. We'll talk about that later too, but I want to bring people other stuff. And I just tell her like.
We do 100% custom menus. And that's something that we always introduce to the new customers coming on board and going out to the bars or the pop-ups. And it's like, hey, dude, we can do something else that is more for you guys.
Yeah.
What your event is going to be. Because my dad doesn't like pizza.
Mm-hmm.
He's had our pizza. Like we did a chilaquile,
that was good.
a brunch. And it was our pizza dough with a bean spread, chilaquiles,
sandwich,
eggs, queso fresco, crema. And he was like, that was bomb. And he's not a pizza lover. And he's like,
that made
we
me just
can
fucking hungry right now.
Yeah, definitely. We can change it and make it very customizable to that person. And
another thing too is like nowadays people do the catering and people like that, like the catering.
Yeah.
Like, every business has some sort of catering and they're like package A, B, C, or D.
Yeah.
And it's like, customer doesn't know.
Yeah.
Like you don't
Too
know.
broad.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, this will feed 20 to 30 people. It's like, well, what kind of 20 to 30 people?
Right.
Because my family eat. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like
20, 30 people is 10 people for my family.
yeah. So that's one of the things I tell people. I'm like, I want to talk about your party. What kind of party is it? Is it a laid back chill party? Cool. We can just throw out different types of pizzas, some slices. Oh, it's kind of formal, friends, upscale. Cool. Let's get some fancy pizzas going.
Yeah.
yeah.
You like barbecue? Let's make some barbecue pizzas.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
Or like, what else are you going to introduce there? Like some people do like candy bars or like certain
Charcuterie
spreads.
board.
Yeah.
Do
So
this.
what do you already have set up? Okay, so then we need to minimize this. This is going to be more beneficial for you because we're in it to make money, but at the same time, we want to do what's best for that customer as well.
Yeah, because you kind of obviously when your people are reaching out to you, and then you're telling them all this, then you start answering stuff that they don't even realize they're even thinking about.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're like, oh, we do it this way, we do this, we could do that, and they're like, oh shit, I didn't think about it that way. You know what I mean? So I remember when you guys took care of us here, you're like, all right, we have these X amount of pizzas, we could do this, this, and this, and I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? But the birria one fucking went hard. The birria one went fucking hard. I was like,
yeah, that thing
Is there
hits.
right?
So good.
Yeah, man. I remember everybody's like, that shit was good. I was like, fuck yeah. And but yeah, man. So you guys do the pizzas, and then so do you guys do the tacos more now, or the burgers, or is that just
The smash burgers is
It's a big hitter.
so I wanted to simplify this burger. People, and it's crazy because smash burgers are in now. Jack in the Box is doing smash burgers. Like it's just a big thing.
And what is it? Just
So the whole point of the smash burger is it's got to be thin. And you got to, like I tell the cooks I cook with, I'm like, put that little meat wad, whatever you want to call it, fucking meatball, meat wad, I don't care. When you put it on the flat top, you need to smash the fuck out of it. And that's just how you have to do it when it gets caramelized. It'll do it once, smash the fuck out of it, and you leave it. Minute and a half, 2 minutes later, scrape all that caramelization off, turn it over, cheese it, done. Do not touch it.
Yeah.
And it's just a crispy, it caramelizes the meat. It's just crispy. You know what I mean? And that's, you know,
I know I'll get like a triple one of those motherfuckers.
Yeah, and
right?
that's-
But like the smash burgers, it's like it's a triple. I'm like, because they're so thin. I'm all,
Yeah.
but it's like this, and you're just like,
yeah.
So that one's good. That one, but we do a basic. We do the double meat, double cheese. So we do mild cheddar, and then we do pepper jack, and then we make a backyard sauce.
Nice.
And the backyard sauce is, I mean, it's not so secret sauce. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's what you guys do. Kind of
Yeah,
like,
it's just the basic good twist. You know, mayo, ketchup, mustard, just seasonings, different stuff. But it just gives a good taste, and just pickles, cheese, and that's it. So we wrap everything.
What do you mean by wrap everything?
So I have a theory in my head.
All right.
We're like,
It works.
I'm not.
I tried it.
I will change. I will
We did
blow
one
your
wrapped
mind.
and one not wrapped, and I was like, oh my
I will
God.
blow your mind. And other people know this, and I've met a couple people who know it, and it's just an unexplainable thing. But sandwiches, burgers, anything that combines flavors together, wrap it, and wrap it really, really tight. Leave it for like a minute, and then unwrap it, and then eat it.
What?
And it'll be fucking. Go to Subway. Hey, can you wrap the fuck out of my burrito, please? Or my sandwich, and then eat it, and it's. I don't know what it does.
It incorporates everything, and like the cheese, the meat,
wild.
Yeah.
and then the sauce. They just like melt, and then once you take that first bite, it just melts in your mouth.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But you wrap it, wrap the food, wrap the burgers. You know, wrap your sandwiches. If you make sandwiches, give it a little wrap.
Yeah.
We were
And then
sold
eat it.
out of the smash burgers before we were sold out of our pizza.
Nice.
That's how bomb
You're like,
it
what
was.
the fuck? Backyard Pizza Co. and fucking over here.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
so food, and I was like, we're not gonna. We initially were setting up 2 days,
Uh-huh.
so like I made enough food. Well, in my head, I was like, whatever we don't sell today, we're gonna sell tomorrow. We'll have a 2-day event.
Mhm.
No, that didn't work
It went
out.
up.
Yeah,
Right away, you're like, shit, we have to do more fucking tomorrow and shit.
Yeah.
God damn
I
it.
was like, I gotta prep again.
Yeah, fucking get those goddamn onions.
Gotta love the game.
It's a struggle, man.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Well, with all that being said, I know you're kind of like, oh, it's fucking hard and blah, but, you know, talk about the most rewarding parts of doing it. And like, you know, the people and, you know, when you go to these events, you talk about doing, you know, more laid back and more like professional places. You know, talk about the rewarding feeling that you get out of like
It's-
doing this. Obviously, you're making money and it's a living. You guys enjoy doing it, but talk about how rewarding it is sometimes to really kind of like put food out there for people to really enjoy.
when I'm in the mix, I don't give a shit. Like honestly, like when I'm cooking and I'm in there, like when I'm cooking, I'm like, just leave me the fuck alone, lady. Okay, what do you want? No pickles? Okay, I got you. Like go away. You know, like I'm not grateful at
I'm
all.
all calling back names. I mean, orders. I'm like, you need this. Five hamburgers all day, 5 cheeseburgers, no pickles.
And I don't care. Like I'm like I don't even like these people right now.
Right.
You know, but when we're done, it's funny because we have a little routine. I mean, we go to Whataburger. It's wild. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when we're done with events, it's usually late or whatever, and we order Whataburger and we take it home for sure because the boy's asleep. So we put him to sleep, and we sit at our table and we just eat Whataburger together and we have a couple beers, and then we just talk about the event and we
Nice.
just like, she kind of gives me this look and she's like, and I'm like, this.
But I don't like
This
this.
is fucking happening. But then she's like, but you were kind of a dick in this. You know, like, baby, you weren't giving me the onions. Like,
I'm like, I know when to be a leader and when to be an Indian.
Achievement
So I'm
right?
like,
So,
I'm gonna lay back. What do you need? Okay, let me spend that real quick.
Right.
What else do you need?
so we
Yeah.
pass out cards after every event. We go out and we'll do the card thing. You know, the mingling. That's
Yeah.
our time. Because people are like, can I get a card? Can I get a card? I'm like, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
I got it. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And that's kind of the time for us where we're walking out with the last piece of equipment of the side of the backyard, and we look at each other and we're all, we
Yeah.
fucking killed it. You know
Hell
what I
yeah.
mean? Like, and that's our thing. You know, we'll jump on the phone because we drive separate cars.
Mhm.
We got to take, like, we don't have a vehicle that bring, we don't have a catering van. We
Yeah.
have the Journey and the Rav, and we just put everything in both, and we're on the phones. And we're like, we fucking kick ass. Like,
Hell yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, so that's,
And I think it's also getting that private event like from a pop-up.
Mhm.
I think the most one that
That's
I can
cool.
remember was like a wine fest that we did, and it was, kid you not, we had the girls with us. Like if it weren't for them, we would have been.
20-mile-an-hour winds.
It was intense. I was
Yeah.
like, how are we gonna, he was putting the toppings, the pepperonis were flying out.
Oh, damn.
The table
We
flew
sold
over
out.
twice.
We sold out that event, and
That's
we were
dope.
like, and they had a taco truck next to us.
That was our first.
sold like 5.
That was our
What?
first major sellout, and we
Yeah.
took. I just kind of jumped into this event. It was they charged us this wild fee to get in. I'm just like,
He's like, we have to make money. Like we have no
we took
choice.
70.
We already did this. He did like a chicken tomato pesto pizza,
Yeah.
I made the pesto
a
fresh.
prosciutto. Yeah,
We
it was
did it.
bomb. Prosciutto pizza, and then we did, what was the other one?
We were doing flatbreads.
Spicy cowboy. We
Yeah.
did flatbreads. Like we incorporated a lot more things. But we're like, we're gonna sell out. We're gonna sell out. The girls were there. They were helping us. Toppings were flying out everywhere. Plates were flying out everywhere.
Nice.
We ran out of little tickets. It was wild. But we got a private event from that.
That's so cool.
And that kind of, that's the guy, man. This guy, like, I think he's our angel from up above that just like loved our food, and he took care of us all summer. It was just crazy. Like he helped us incorporate other stuff into the events
Mhm.
because he was like, your pizza's good, but I kind of want something else next month when you come to my house. And I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, what the fuck you want? Wings?
We were already like
Yeah.
three events in with him, and then he's like, "Hey, my wife really likes these boneless wings. Can we do?" And we're like, "Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
can."
I'm just like,
Definitely.
I'm a yes man. Like,
Yeah.
I'll fucking make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we were frying wings out of a turkey fryer.
Dope.
Wild. Like,
Hey, we'll make it fucking work.
dude,
Don't
I'm
worry
ready,
about
bro.
that.
Oscar's gonna see this, and I'm sorry, buddy. I borrowed his turkey fryer last year. Fried turkey.
Nice.
And it's just been sitting in my house. In front of me. And then the guy was like, "We want wings. We want wings." And I was all
We're like,
looking around. I was all love the turkey fryer. I was like, "Can we make some wings?" She's all, "Fuck it." I was all, "Got you, bro. Got you." We
Yeah.
made 200 wings out of that fucking turkey fryer.
Hell
It was
yeah.
awesome. Like,
I like that you guys were like open to do other things. Like people always approach me, "Have you done this before?" I was like, "No, but I could do it." You know what I mean? I started covering more like MMA events and just doing
that's cool.
more videography stuff. I would have never had. I mean, I could always do it, but the fact that somebody said, "Hey, can you?" and gave me an opportunity,
we're like, for sure.
you know, yeah, like how
And
you're
that's
like,
how I was.
I'm all, yeah, like if I could see myself doing it, and I like, not that I would like sign up for something that I didn't think I can do, but the fact that somebody says, "Hey, you know, this is good," and you're like, "Yeah, we can do that. We can figure it out." The fact that you guys were like willing to take the new task of doing something different and then excelled at it.
And they're big events with him. It was stressful. Like me thinking, like, I know she is 100%. Like, she doesn't worry, and not that she doesn't worry because she doesn't want to worry. She doesn't care, but she
He
doesn't
has
worry
it.
because I don't worry. But I won't show her that I'm not worrying. But in my head, I'm all, how the fuck am I gonna make 100 pizzas, 30 burgers, sandwiches, and wings? Like, how are we gonna do that?
Yeah.
Like, how are we gonna service these people in an hour? You know what I mean? Like, and that's just like, I'm stressing, you know, until it happens. And then once we get there and we get through it,
We're
and I'm
just
like,
like, go.
I'm
Like,
like,
what do you need?
fuck
Okay,
yeah.
wrap. Okay,
Hell
gotcha.
yeah.
Let me
you know
put
what I
these
mean?
down.
Like, I brought in people. Like,
Yeah.
for that event,
Yeah.
I brought in the guy that I work with, and I was like, "Yo, I'll pay you cash. Like, come and help me out. Just
Yeah.
make pizzas. My daughter's on the fucking oven. I'm all, turn that pizza.
Right.
Turn that pizza. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just
Right.
Yeah.
turning, like, I'm all, flip those wings.
Fucking just a quarterback and
Just-
shit.
But that's, I don't know. I'm such a perfectionist on things coming out. I have to. I don't even, like, I don't see myself stepping away from production anytime soon. Like,
Mhm.
I just don't.
Yeah. You like being back there and
It's my baby, man.
Yeah,
Like,
hanging out and making sure everything's good and stuff like that. I feel you.
you know,
And
like,
it's so rewarding when they're like, it was bomb. Like everything, everybody that has talked to us, and after those events that we're more stressed, and it's like, it was.
Yeah.
was
and then me, I'm all, it was a shit show.
Right,
It
it's
was
a shit show. But you didn't show it. You
Yeah.
didn't show it. You're
Have
just
a
taking
perfect
care of everything.
event.
Yeah.
we to this day, and it's funny because we tell each other, it's because, like I said, we don't shotgun it, but we know that we can pull this shit off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know where to get the food. I have the recipes down. You know what I mean? Like, we have everything in play to where we can pull a fucking event off in a couple days.
Yeah.
So
We're
like,
loading stuff as we're like taking out.
so we get there and I'm all, I forgot the spoodle. You know what I mean? Or, I forgot the thermometer. Like, you know, so we always tell ourselves, we're all, so do we have a perfect event? And she's all, I was all, we forgot the fork for the chili oil crisp.
I was like, damn, we had it so close.
Never,
One day.
never a perfect event, but always successful.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
always.
Yeah.
We pull it off, man. We
went
make
to Las
it work.
Cruces one. We got pepperoni, so I had to drive all the way back to El Paso.
Oh shit.
Get the pepperonis, go back.
Yeah,
It
that
was
was
the
wild.
best.
That's commitment right there.
That was wild.
That was commitment.
There's been a
I'll be
couple.
back. I'll be back.
There was one event where the oven didn't start. I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be wild right now. Like,
Good thing we had two.
Right?
And he pumped it out with one. It was,
Yeah.
It was
oh,
awesome.
we pumped out 50 pizzas in an hour and a half with one,
Damn.
and I just
kept
racked them up and pre-cooked them and par-baked them, and it was, I was like,
Got it
my
done.
choice. I was like, we have to do this.
Yeah. With you know, you're jokingly saying about all this stuff and the stress and everything. And I always ask people when they're pursuing something on top of what they got going on, like, how do you guys balance everything? You know, you guys are parents, you got your own jobs, you got your own stuff. Like, how do you guys balance everything? Cause like I'm always interested in how people, you know, balance everything. Cause everybody says like I'm busy, but I don't think I'm busy, even though I know I'm busy, but I'm pretty good at time management and keeping up with everything, you know? So like, how do you guys go about that?
We're working through that every day. Like, we don't have a plan. We do not have a plan, but I think we took a nap before we came here today.
Well, that is the plan, is to
Like,
take a
you
nap.
know, like, we just we grind when we have to grind, and
Yeah.
we try to plan as much as possible, and we know what we're capable of doing.
And I think it's understanding each other and
Yeah.
our capabilities, and also like what we have, our end result.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we've communicated with the girls, and of course with my son. And it's like, okay, hey, for now, we're gonna go and hustle, and we're gonna put in this work.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's gonna work out for us.
Yeah.
You know, and they see it because we've gone to events with the kids, and they're like, oh my god, like it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They get stuff, and they love to incorporate. Like, I mean, I was raised with a mom and pop shop, at the shop, and we were always in there like loading up and everything, doing the production, and it's having that family bond.
Yeah.
To where they know what is the potential of this.
Yeah.
And they just call us and they're like, hey, do you have any events lined up Friday, Saturday? Like, we're available.
Right.
So
We
it's
want to
like,
hang out
they
and shit.
Yeah,
We pay
exactly.
them. They're like, dude, these.
We're not
But we plan it well.
stupid.
We plan it well. I think we do well, and we balance it. And I mean, what I do at work is what we do. So I get to kind of do the little bit of both. You know what I mean? Like, I work in food, and I make pizza, and I run a pizza restaurant. Like, that's what I do now. And I've built a brand for these people in the past 5 years. Like, that's what I do. So, like, I'll play with shit, and I'll call her. I'm like, check out this fucking. I know. I'm gonna look at this.
Did you wrap it though?
Yeah, fuck it. I have to. And I'll show her a picture of after and after. Like, and
Come
so
on, I want
it's,
some on Mama Way.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. There's been times where I've made dough at the store. Like, we'll have a big event, and I don't have a mixer. Like I said, we do it by hand. Then I had a little mixer. We just recently bought a bigger mixer, which is like, to me, it's a Rolls Royce of mixers, but it really isn't. But to me, I'm like, oh,
Right. The holy
I'm
grail.
all praying this mixer.
He's like, what I did in 2 hours, I did in 30 minutes, like, or 10 minutes.
Dude,
like,
it's intense. But it gives me room, because I'm not gonna lie to you, like, before I would look at ounces. So we weigh dough balls, obviously. And when I was doing by dough or by hand or like the small mixture we had, like, I'm really shaving off like tens of ounces. Like, you know what I mean? Just so I don't have to make more dough.
Yeah.
Now I'm like,
Fuck it.
give
Put
to
it in
him.
there. Yeah.
Oh, fuck it, dude. Let's fucking give it to him. And it's cool. You know what I mean? We've ventured into bigger pizzas this past month, and it's been cool. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it.
And that's the fun part too, is that you say that, hey, we get to kind of mess with things, and because you can, you know, you don't have to ask anybody to do it. Because everybody tells me, like, when did you start doing that? I just started doing it because I can. You know what I mean? I was like, I just started like with the whole videography, and then I started getting better at editing. I was like, can you do this? Yeah. Like, why not? I'm gonna start doing this. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna do this for other people and shit like that. Only because I can.
Yeah.
And I don't have to ask anybody. And like, and it's kind of like going back to the whole rewarding thing. Like, fuck yeah, that was dope because I can and shit. Not that I would do that all the time, but the fact that you know you can, you know, that's just another thing in your toolbox. I tell people, I'm always like with you guys, like trying to streamline everything. I'm trying to get to the point to where I don't have to move any of this shit.
Yeah.
And I have other shit that I just ready to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because over time, it just the time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's a time of just like breaking down and doing things. So if you can streamline a lot of things and then still keep the quality, that's like big.
right.
You know, that's one of the biggest things.
We were just talking about that. We were like, if we can get a team to set
Setup
up,
team and takedown team.
we'll be set.
Mhm. Well, I mean, at the rate that you guys are going now, I mean, like,
The truck is the goal.
yeah.
The truck is the goal. That's the goal, and it's different. It's not a normal box food truck you see everywhere. Like, an old horse trailer, and it's gonna have character, and it's gonna be cool. And that's the thing is, you know, I don't want to just put out four walls and a hood vent on top. It's like, nah. Like, I want it to be cool. I want people like, dude, that's
Everybody's used to
the
little
pizza shop.
box
Like, you know,
trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we want to bring something, especially for like private events, and it's like, hey, this is going to be something unique that we're going to provide so much quality for you, but we're not just going to look like that. No offense, typical, you know.
No, well, that's the thing too. Like, you care, and I always tell people when it comes to this, when I do that, it's like, damn, like, that's dope. I'm like, thank you, because I care. You know what I mean? Like, I go out of my way to like, when I have people on here and have guests, I'm like, and it's nothing bad. I'm not saying I'm the fucking man or anything. Like, I have people approach me all the time to do a podcast, but it doesn't make sense, right? I like to bring people on that have a journey, have a story, and then, you know, they're pursuing things when it makes sense. You know what I mean? I'm not doing things just to do things.
Yeah, it's not Barstool talk.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So the fact that you're like, yeah, we could do it that way if we wanted to, but it's, you know, but that's not how we're trying to go about this. And the fact that you guys say that goes back to what I was saying. I love it and I respect it, because people do things for different reasons, and certain things make people tick a certain way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like that's how I am. My like quality. Like I like my when I was younger, obviously we didn't have a lot of money and stuff. But as I gotten older, I'm all, how much is that? That shit tastes good, but it's $20. It fucking tastes good.
Yeah.
Like you're paying for the
And
quality.
that's what we are. We
You know
don't-
what I mean? Yeah, you're paying for quality. Like I get it. People are fucking, you know,
Yeah.
when they want to be cheap. I get it. You know what I mean? But sometimes, like, if you want something good, it's not fucking cheap. It's not fucking free.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And the fact that you guys, yeah, we could do just a regular truck, but
There's
we want to
things
do
that we
this
won't
and do
do.
like that.
Like there's events that we won't do.
Yeah.
Like over the past year, I know there's no offense, but I mean, like I won't do car shows.
Yeah.
Like it's not my thing.
Yeah. I mean, you can see that's
I
the
grew
best.
up around that area. I
Yeah.
grew up in car shows, and my grandma was always taking sandwiches and making shit. And my dad's car show guy, low rider guy,
Yeah.
he's always like, "Sit up over here tomorrow." Cheap man. No,
Yeah.
no offense to them. I love them, but
Yeah.
everyone has their niche.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? Just like you
Or
go.
like maybe we can do tacos.
Right? There you
The taco
go.
lady was fucking. She's all, haha, that's funny. She's
I
like,
know. She
pizzas,
was,
like,
she was like selling out. I was like, I think we brought the wrong stuff today.
dude, those people hustle. Like,
Yeah.
we showed up to Fox Plaza and they looked at us like, how dare you come into our spot? They kicked my dad out of his spot. Fucking wild. Like, I was all,
They were like, you don't belong here. You're not here every Friday or
yeah. I
Saturday.
was like,
I
hey,
was
dude, where are we
like,
set up? And he's like, you're set up between these two. And I'm like, dude, there's a whole ass truck right here. Like,
Oh, because they didn't show up, so they took the spot.
well, no, my dad went early because he had his bikes in the show. So he went up early, set up a spot, and then he left, and then we met them there. And I was like, dude, your tent is moved the fuck out of the way. Like,
Oh shit.
he was pissed. He's like, we had to move everything. And like these Mexican food trucks, bro, they don't,
Like, hey, we're here for us. Don't worry about anybody else and shit.
it's wild. I was like, all right, my bad. Like,
So talk about I know that so short term is, you know, the trailer. Is there like a bigger goal, like to kind of do like a single location? Is that like down the road, or is it kind of like,
talked about it. We
you know,
talked about what we wanted, and
an ideal world? I mean, obviously money's not an issue. Everything's good. Everybody's happy. Everything's kind of rolling forward. Is that something that you guys see yourself doing?
I think today, like if you were to, like you asking me that question right now, we've talked about this, and we want, like, we're very, like I said, she's very front of house, and I'm very front of house. That's why I love people. I love talking to people. I mean, I'm a GM. That's my thing, you know. And we want a little dive bar. We can work in every day and make drinks and have cheap drinks, make drinks, and then we want the truck set up and out front, and we can move it. Like I want,
Nice.
I don't think our end goal is to have a million restaurants and have things like
Yeah.
that. Like we want something small that we can just perfect it to where it's like, you know what you're getting every time. And we close down for 2 months. You know what I mean? And fucking that's our vacation. You know?
Yeah.
Like we're open 10 months out of the year. Get it while it's fucking here. And that's it. Like I'm not
and it's back to family time.
Yeah.
You know, because
what
if
I'm
you start
saying.
investing, you start getting more and
that's what we're doing this
expanding
for.
more, and
for
it's
sure.
like, yes, definitely, of course, the corporation would be great, but at the same time,
want
you're
that.
gonna go back to where we were wanting to get out
Away
of.
from.
Yeah, definitely. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I was in the corporate business. I was a service manager for what well-known steakhouse, and I was like, you know what, this isn't what I want to do for
Yeah.
the rest of my life. I must leave
Yeah.
every single day.
Yeah.
And you
I
get
wanna
into that.
close.
Yeah, of
Like-
course. You get into that routine, and it's like, no, like something small for us, not too small, but something that we can still do private events,
Yeah.
caterings, and
That's what people
That's the
want.
best,
They
yeah.
love that. Like, and that's, like, I mean, even if it were to be just catering, I mean, like, let's say we have a couple of trucks and some pop-ups, like we just bought another oven. We have 3 ovens, you know what I mean? So like, we're trying to, my new thing is like, I want to do 2 events at the same time.
Yeah.
Like,
so we're
you know,
starting to get
so-
other people.
Right.
like, I want to see,
We're
well,
expanding our
you know,
team a little bit.
I would rather that, because then I feel like they're just more in it. Like, if I see my owners more at the store, I'm just like, cool, you're more in it. You know?
Yeah.
And I don't ever want to be that person, like, because they don't know what we went through. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And things like that. I always want to be that guy. It's like, our owner's sitting right next to us working. Yeah, he's not going to close, but he's fucking in the shit
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah.
You know?
And then he goes home and I close.
Right. Right.
I'm fucking out of here, bro.
Right. Take care of my shit. See you later. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like that you say that, like, within reason too. You know what I mean? Obviously, everybody, I always say this, everybody does everything for a certain reason. Everybody has their own goals and stuff. I'm like that too, man. I want to get to the point to where I don't know what I want to do in content creation. I feel like I'm learning to do a bunch of shit, if I could be a host somewhere or do interviews or just have my podcast. And I'm not trying to be the most famous. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to make the most money. If I could make what I'm making now and a little bit more, I'd be fucking ecstatic, to sit down and talk to cool people like you guys and get paid to do it. You know what I mean? That would be ideal. So the fact that you're saying that, like, I've been working in IT for 16 going on 17 years. And, halfway through my career, I was like, fuck, this is dope. I'm going forward. And then, COVID hit differently for a lot of times, and I've talked about this at other times. That's when it made me realize, like, man, I am just a number. I am just a number here. And that made me more honest with myself and what I wanted to do. And I was okay with where I worked at. And I do whatever I need to do, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't do more. I make sure that I do enough that I don't cause any rift. I stay under the radar. I'm not the try hard, but you don't have to worry about me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I show up and do my job. I don't need to talk to you guys at work. You're not my friends. Nothing personal. I'm cool with you guys. But I got more things that I'm trying to pursue out of this place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I love hearing people talk about that because I get all fucking hell yeah. That's what I want to do shit. So the fact that you guys, I know we kind of chit chatted about this like the couple times, and I wanted to have you guys on because I feed off of that kind of energy. Yeah. When people are pursuing things like that outside of the normal things, like I love hearing that because I'm like, fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
It's a grind, man.
Hell yeah.
It's a grind.
Yeah, man. It's dope though, because it's like you're saying, it's doing it for yourself. You know what I mean? We've all worked somewhere X amount of times, X amount of places or whatever, to the point to where like, you know what? I kind of don't want to do that no more. Yeah. So let's try to figure out what we could do away from not doing that.
Yeah.
And I think everybody always battles to try to figure that out. I mean, obviously, if we pursued something a lot harder or whatever, we could probably make more money. Am I going to be happier? Am I not going to be happy? I don't know, but I'd rather not go that way. I know not to go that way anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
hit that age. You hit that. It's weird. I don't know. I think you hit an age where it's like, my time is worth way more.
Yeah.
Like that's why I'm like, I'll be honest. Like I'm stuck between that spot right now. Like I told my boss on Monday, I was like, hey, I only want to work 4 days a week. And he was like, you're a general manager. You can't do that. And I'm like, I'm willing to step down.
Yeah.
At this point, he's like, what are you doing? I'm just like, give him a little bit of info. And I'm just like, but if I don't do it, I've always had the salary. I know what I'm making. I plan out my bills. I'm good at budgeting.
Yeah.
And we get by. What I mean? That's what it is. And I've never had that struggle of like, I don't know how we're going to make money in 2 weeks. Like I've never, ever had that. Like, and I'm glad, I'm grateful for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
But I think now we're like, I'm down.
Yeah.
Hold on, just quit your job.
Right?
Just do it. Just do it now.
But that's cool that you guys are slowly trying to get to that point to where you guys can comfortably do that. Obviously, I tell people that, like, people say, why don't you just quit your job? I'm like, bitch, if I was making that'd be easier. You know what I mean? You're like, oh man, you can make money. I'm like, dude, it's a lot harder than you think.
Yeah.
For anything you're trying to do on your own, it's a lot harder than you think. Yeah. Especially when you start talking to the right type of people, they kind of point you in the right direction. You have a lot of experience and you have a lot of experience doing things. So you kind of like honest with yourselves. All right, we're here about going on 2 years. And you guys are like, all right, we're at a good steady pace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's moving forward. I always tell people, like, all of us are on this fucking freeway of life. And all of us are fucking going in the left lane or the far right lane. But we're still going that way. You know what I mean? You don't always got to go 100 miles an hour. Yeah. You really don't. I tell people get off the freeway and then they get back on. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I try to stay on the freeway even if I'm going 55. Yeah. All my friends or homies are going 100 and they're tearing it up and they're doing good. I love seeing them do good. I can't move that fast yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wish I can. If I move that fast, it doesn't make sense.
That's how impatient I am. That's why I am. I'm like, we're cruising and we're cruising good. And we've done a lot like this. We've done a lot this year, like tons of stuff I've never, ever imagined that we would do. But I'm just like, it's not fast enough. Like, I'm just like, we could do this. I'm like, we could do this and we could have this and we can set up this. And then in my head, I'm like, we can do pizza parties and we can do like pizza making classes and we, like, you know what I mean? So it's just, I'm just on the throttle, like trying to
push it. And I was like,
but we don't have time. Like, that's one thing. We don't have the time. And
but the things that the ideas are there, the concepts are there. You guys that have the quality. Yeah, dude, I write shit down on my phone all the time. I write shit all the time. I show my wife. I'm gonna look at this. When are you gonna do that? I don't know, but I have an idea. You know,
write it down.
I write shit down all the fucking time. I like when I started having all this set up, this was 2 years ago in my head. I was like, I want to get to the point to where I could have people come over. And then like slowly I got to the point. I'm like, oh yeah, that was exactly what I wanted to do. And I made the moves to try to get to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you don't want to just like, I always tell people like, I know you were saying you were shotgunning stuff, but you guys shotgun it toward a target at least.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I'm that way too, as far as like, I'm calculated the way I make my moves. They might not be fast moves, but every move I make in my life
about it.
is like, I'm doing it to where I think that I know everything's going to work. Life is good. Wife is good. Kids are good. Work is good. Financially, we're good. And I just start making moves when it makes sense. Yeah. So like, I'm like, all right, cool. Now we can go a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. Now we can go like, you keep raising your own standard, I guess you could say. It's just like you have all these ideas, but as you keep streamlining and doing other stuff, then you can have more time to start doing things. And like, all right, we're comfortable enough to where like, you're all like, damn, I can actually step down if I wanted to eventually. And the fact that you said that in your head, you're like, damn, yeah, I can eventually, you know, because that'd be the ultimate goal. Obviously, we were saying is like to have that financial freedom of like not having to report to somebody else and you can just do whatever you want at your own pace. Like, all right, do you really want to make a lot of money this month? Yeah, all right, let's fucking do X amount of events and let's do it. Next month, let's take a chill, you know, whatever. And like you guys said, we'll take 2 months off. You know what I mean? Yep. There's this Chinese restaurant we've been going to for fucking years. She closes 1 whole month. She's out. She's like, don't even fucking call me out here. But everybody knows. And when she comes back, everybody fucking shows right back up.
It's like the Frisco's lady.
You know?
The Frisco's lady does that too.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, she works a counter all year long. This lady works a counter, charging people, but she closes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And she's like, it says on the door, closed from this day to this day. House of Pizza does that.
Hell yeah.
Like, that's, you know what I mean? Yeah. Get it while it's here. I shouldn't. And it sounds kind of like, you're not available. Like, you're not available. It's like, I'm not here. I'm here for you, but I'm kind of not here for you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I'm providing a service. I'm doing this, you know, it's, you know, I can, well, back to what you were saying, you can say no to events. You know what I mean? Like, you can, like, the fact that you can say, I've heard people say this, like,
to us. I'm
like a business, like I hear business people say, like, when you get to the point to where you have to say yes to everything because you're trying to build your brand and your friend, whatever you're trying to do, right? And then when you get to the point where you can start saying no, that's when you know you got it.
Yeah.
Because you can start picking and choosing when you want to do events and when not to, and where certain people, and you get to the point to where like you're more selective. Like, this client has been with us, has always referred us for X amount of years. They're a priority. Yep. You know what I mean? Because you can make that because you can, because you built that rapport and things and over time, and you're like, all right, we can do this over that one. You know what? They said this, but they said that. But you know what? I'd rather do this one because it makes more sense to us. Sorry. You know, things like that. And yeah, you can feel bad, but at the same time, it's like, it's business too. Yeah. You know what I mean? As long as it's like, if they're going to be pissed off, they're going to be pissed off. You know, I've had people like on Instagram, like hit me up and then like for podcast stuff or whatever. And then I don't get back to them or whatever. And they're like, fuck you. I'm like, sorry, dude. I mean, you're going to be upset. I guess you really didn't really want to be on the show, or you really didn't really care. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just like, it doesn't make sense. So, I mean, if you're upset, then you're upset. I mean, I can care less, as bad as that sounds. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's all. And we haven't had to do it too many times, but there's been times where it's like, I can't do it. But then again, I tell her, I'm like, I'm going to make it work. Like, they'll take a delivery. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, we'll just deliver them 20 pizzas instead of going to their house. Like, so, but yeah, now we've been able to be selective. Hey, you know, we don't want to do this. We're not going to do it. You know?
Yeah. If it makes sense, like, it's not like you're saying no all the time, but if something's a no, it's going to be a hard no for a reason.
And before we were like, yes, we'll do it. Yes, definitely. Yes.
You
like,
set up get us there. I'll set up where the fucking car wash.
I know. We're like, where do you do this? For sure.
We're not at a car show. We're not at a car show.
Not anymore.
Unless we have tacos.
Cholos are all fighting and shit.
So, with that being said, like, what was I going to say? I got lost train of my thought. Okay, yeah. So you guys have all this stuff going on. You guys are balancing everything. And I know you guys really enjoy doing this. And the long goal is like to have a little spot and, you know, have it open and shit like that. That's dope. I like hearing stuff like that. And I hope you guys do get that. But before we get out of here, tell them where they can find you. Like, talk about your guys' catering services, how much in advance you guys need to notice, like what kind of other stuff do you guys offer? Kind of tell people, everybody, of how you kind of set up. If somebody wants to contact you, what could they expect? Everything to go about the event.
So we do a lot of it is just Instagram for now. So we'll post up our Instagram, Backyard Pizza, APTX on Instagram. I'm pretty sure Jimmy will post some stuff here for us.
Yep.
And I put my cell phone out there. Like, my cell phone's on our cards. And I'm like, call me, text me, call me, message us through Instagram, whatever. Like, and then we'll do it that way. And it's 100% custom menus. You know, if you want hot dogs and cheeseburgers, that's cool. We don't got to make pizza, but pizza's what we do and we love it, you know. But yeah, we're everywhere. We don't mind going anywhere. We've given Anthony, we've driven out here. We've gone to Chaparral. You know what I mean? We'll go anywhere.
Horizon.
Horizon's the big one right now, people. Yeah. But yeah, we're everywhere. Everywhere.
And we do ask for at least a week, or it just depends.
Yeah, I mean, if
we do fill up.
Yeah, exactly. If you want it, if you want it for sure, then
I tell people lock in dates, and and it's not like a lot of people are like, oh, I want 50% down. It's like, dude, give us 25% to show us you're serious.
Yeah. And
then if you can do that, then I'll do that. And there's been times where we'll put in the 25%, and then an event comes up, and I'm like, shit, you paid us.
Now we gotta go.
You know what I mean? So we're loyal. We're loyal. I'll put
sure.
a 15 pizza event in front of a night market any day if they've already paid. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, reach out, cell phone, call me, text me, Instagram. You know what I mean? That's kind of our main thing.
Yeah. And like you said that big or small kind of event, if it makes sense. I know, because you've been at 2 personal parties that we had for people that we known, and you guys killed it. And I was like, God damn, I want to fucking just bring them over just because. And I remember you guys were saying that, I know you guys do, and I don't know if you guys do this all the time, you guys will have them ready to be picked up.
So the take and bakes is something we've been playing with. And like I said, like, I wanted venture, you know what I mean? Like, in my head, I'm thinking, like, how could I sell you, in my head, pizza, obviously, you know what I mean? And I follow a lot of people online, a lot of pop-ups, and there's this guy in, I think he's like in New England, and somewhere. Anyway, he's in Europe, and he does the pop-ups, and he does take and bakes, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of tried it, and the pizza bakes amazing in home ovens, amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna venture off in a little take and bake. We got a little deep freezer, and we're gonna
make
some pizzas, and we're gonna par bake them, vacuum seal them, label them, tag them. Hit us up on Instagram. I want some pizzas. We do dough balls. I had some lady hit me up. Yeah, I had some lady hit me up, and she's like, I need like 5 dough balls, and I was all like, now? You know, I'm at work, girl. Like, what do you mean? I feel like a drug dealer. I'm like, I'm at work, girl. Like, after 5.
It's not drug money. It's pizza money.
It's our pizza money. It's the wrong dough.
So like, she was like, yeah, we're gonna have a Thanksgiving thing, and I need this many, and I'm like, cool.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? I'm like, oh yeah. And she's like, I've had your pizza. I love it. And, and when people do that, like, we'll give them extra. Like, this lady's buying like 8 dough balls, and I'm gonna give her like 12. I'm like, dude, like, I'm gonna show you how to do it. Yeah, play with it, have fun.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just what it is. You know, once we ventured off into the pizza world, like doing things at home like that, it's like the interactive. People love the interactive. So we want to give them that interactive.
Mm-hmm. So. I love that. I love it. What else? What kind of other stuff would you guys like to make that it's not like what you guys have right now? If there was no issue, if you guys can have an item that you guys could focus on, what would be something that you'd want to focus on?
Sourdough. We were talking about that on the way over here.
Sourdough is wild.
Really? Why is it so wild?
Because you have to grow the sourdough.
It's a baby.
Starter.
It's a straight baby.
It's a starter. So
what?
I follow another podcast that I've been listening to. It's a pizza one, and he just interviews like pizza pop-ups, and they're based out of LA, whatever. So like, I mean, sourdough is old fermented dough. You know what I mean? So
I did not know that.
You need a starter to add to your dough, which gives it that like tangy little different flavor. You know, it's different. But I was just listening like the other day, and they were like, the guy was like, how old's your sourdough baby? And they were like, since 2015. And I was all, what the fuck? They're like, we just gotta feed it
healthy?
and feed it and feed it. I'm like, they're like, does it have a name? And they like named it. And I was like, I was talking to her. She's like, that's fucking nasty.
Right?
I was like, I don't think I'm ready for that right now.
There's so much you can do with pizza. Like, we made deep dish. I think just venturing off into cool pizza, because El Paso they don't have snack style. El Paso's behind a lot of things, and that's just the way that we are. You know?
Yeah.
But I think we're in a good time to where we can just bring cool pizza stuff, man. Like you do anything with pizza, like anything, and that's what's I love bringing the cultures, the Mexican culture with the pizza culture, and throw some cool shit on there. You know what I mean? I got a fig tree in the back. There's some fucking fresh figs on there. Like,
nice.
It's cool, you know.
Yeah, I remember like, and I keep going back to the birria, man. And you guys make what is the
Consomé.
Dude.
Consomé.
What is it?
You guys,
days?
bro. You
marinate
guys
for 2 days,
bro. This is so fucking good. It's like I can't even explain.
Roasted. The meat's just
The first time we did it, it was a little rough, and I was like, it's too rough.
No, I was like longer.
So waking up at 3 a.m. Is this them all? Hey, give me a little bit. All right, we're good.
That's great.
So that one's a hitter. It's cool. We brought some different styles to the pizzas, and I mean, and I love donor food, and we'll throw cool stuff and cheeseburgers and hot Cheetos, and we made a hot Cheeto video because the servers at the restaurant were like, we want some hot Cheetos with the pizza, and we're like, okay. I was like, I'll throw them on here, and it worked out, and it's just fun.
Just having fun with it
for sure.
I think that's the best part. I think in anything, and like I was like, you know, I've been training more jujitsu stuff, and like I was talking to more people that are experienced. Are like, dude, when you have more fun, when you're rolling around, you get more creative because you're having fun with it.
Yeah,
you get more creative, and that's how it kind of relates to like you guys are having fun. Like, we're gonna throw Cheetos on there. Fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
You know, and then just kind of check it out, see if it makes sense, or we can make it taste better, or whatnot, or what this.
And then it sells. I'm like, I guess I'm making hot Cheeto pizza.
Right? Put it on the fucking menu and shit.
Run it.
We do the dessert pies as well, and they go fast. Like everybody loves
dessert
it.
pie?
Dessert pies.
Oh, like
a strawberry topping or like a cherry topping, blueberry. I'll make like a homemade streusel and a homemade icing. Dude,
bomb.
Milk.
Son of a bitch. I'm getting hungry as shit right now.
I'll make one for Santa. You don't want cookie Santa. You want this shit.
Yeah, take this shit, man. You're gonna like this shit. You ain't leaving. You ain't leaving here, man. But man, I appreciate you guys coming over and your guys' time, man. And I hope you guys keep growing and keep doing your things. I'm gonna they brought me some dough, and I'll take some pictures. You guys can see that shit. I'll make a little video of all that shit, man. But thank you guys. So real quick before we get out, where can they find you? Do you guys just do Instagram, Backyard Pizza?
Instagram, Backyard Pizza Co. BTX. My cell phone, just go to the Instagram. It's on there. You know what I mean? That's kind of our main source right now.
Yeah, man. And you guys all have all that information down at the bottom, and you guys can check them out. Like I said, they do small parties, big events, work.
We're looking for a big event. We just got a new oven, so we have 3.
Boom.
And it's like I told her, I was like, I want a couple hundred pizza events. Like I want to get a crew, and I just want to pump out, just see what's possible. Like,
hell yeah.
So we're doing
I love that the fact that you're willing to take on the challenge. You guys,
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. We're like, we'll do salads, pasta,
just give it to me.
a fryer. Yeah, definitely everything.
Right.
Everything.
Make sure you give them back that fryer and shit.
I know.
I was like, we got an actual fryer. We're good.
We're good now.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time. Before
Appreciate
you guys
you.
get out of here, you want to shout out anybody out? Anything like that?
No, just everyone who's come out, anyone who watches this, and we share this. We just appreciate all the support. Everyone loves it, and yeah, just keep around, keep an eye out. We're gonna have some cool stuff and have fun.
Let's get it.
Do
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for you guys'
Thank
time.
you.
Make sure you guys keep up with us. We're having all types of different folks on here. Don't let the gaming fool you, just like the Backyard Pizza Co. guys. Jimmy Duke's Gaming. I've been doing, the podcast, the vlogs, the damn videography. I'm learning more. I'm still throwing some gaming stuff in there for you guys, but I appreciate your guys' continuing time and support. You guys are watching this because of them. Thank you guys so much for your guys' time. But you guys can listen to all the different podcasts on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube, all video and audio. But until next time,
Cool.
peace out,
Thank
guys.
you.
Y'all take
Bye.
care. Thank you
Bye.
guys. Peace.